Hey, my name is Joonas Kylliäinen and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Norder's Demand Gen Agency. And you're watching this video if you're interested in growing your startup, or if you're listening to this, the same. You're interested in growing your startup by generating high quality leads in scale, building brand awareness, and ultimately hitting and exceeding those ambitious revenue goals of yours. So this video or a podcast is all about how to create a Mafia offer, an offer too good for your customers to refuse, for your own startup to package your solution in a way that will create those high quality leads in scale, build that brand awareness, and hit and exceed those revenue goals of yours. This is going to be a detailed run through of the Mafia offer, why it's important and how you build one and what are the 9 parts of it. Even a bit of background on how it got its birth and how it got famous in the first place. So if you're in a hurry, check out norders.agency/Mafia tool. That will take you directly to the template that you can steal for free and start building your own Mafia offer right away. The tool is a kind of a template, a kind of a whiteboard, and that will include also workshop instructions, how to utilize your internal team in these 2 very quick and efficient workshops in order to get your Mafia offer to the market ASAP. But if you want to know in more detail how to ensure you build the best kind of Mafia offer, keep watching, keep listening. I'll go through about it in every detail. So let's start with the agenda, what I'll go through in this run through. First of all, I'll go through what is a Mafia offer, what is the function of a good offer in the first place, why is a good offer more important now than ever, who made the Mafia offer famous, and why it is such a good framework in the first place. Then we'll spend more time in the 9 parts of the Mafia offer and how Mafia offer can be used across all the different channels and all the different touch points throughout the entire buyer's journey, and how you can then build it in the end. So what is the Mafia offer? So the definition comes from the classic movie Godfather, for Marlon Brando's famous scene of making an offer that is too good to be refused. So that's what the Mafia offer is about. Making an offer that your target market is compelled to take advantage of. It is so attractive, it is so logical, it is so compelling that it would be foolish for them to say no to. And in practice, it means you package your startup solution in a way that removes all the customers' obstacles and resistances, so they're practically forced to say yes in an ethical way to your offer. So Mafia offer is an offer that cannot be refused. So what's the function of a good offer in the first place? Well, first of all, the idea behind the Mafia offer is that it's an offer so good that your prospect, your target market, your decision maker, your ideal decision maker would feel stupid to say no to. In a way, its function is to make them feel stupid. It would make them feel stupid to say no to this offer. As it is a great tool to reach, activate, and convert your target audience, it is also a great internal tool to package your deliverables, your product, your services, your solution, your features, your benefits, your pricing, your onboarding, your guarantees, and everything else into a single package that then can be easily communicated throughout the buyer's journey, throughout each and every touch point across all the channels. But ultimately, right, we're not interested in building processes. We're not interested in making our customers feel stupid. The goal of the Mafia offer is to sell more and sell faster. A lot more, a lot faster. And a nice side benefit that you'll gain from this is that it will also disrupt the competition completely. The idea of the Mafia offer is to build something so new, so unique, so irresistible that your competition will feel stupid about it. And that's a key element of the Mafia offer that I think at this point, the latest is good to be said out loud. Mafia Offer is not an easy task. If it was, everyone would be doing it, right? Mafia Offer is supposed to be difficult. It is supposed to be an offer that is so good for your customers that makes you as a founder, as a leader, to shake a bit. You have to be nervous about this offer and delivering on its value. Otherwise, everyone else would be doing it. But it's possible, and the idea is that you will take risk with your Mafia Offer, but the risk is worth it because you're going to sell so much more that even that you're going to guarantee things that are not always going to get through, but because you're going to have such a big jump on your number of clients, it's going to be totally worth it. And a good example of disrupting the competition that I like to point out as an example here is Netflix. I lived in an era, I actually lived in the States in 03, 04, and back then in Michigan where I stayed, every family had 3 DVD envelopes on top of their DVD player. So Netflix started to become a household brand at that point. Blockbuster was still existing. I remember us with my host family, we would go to Blockbuster maybe once a month, but then we would also have our Netflix queue of DVDs that would always then be replaced once we returned the ones that we had watched. So the original idea of Netflix was that you will have 3 DVDs. I think it was $10 a month already back then. You'll have 3 DVDs for $10 a month, and then once you return a DVD, or all 3 of them, or 2 of them, you'll get the next ones in your queue, in your Netflix personal page that you had made the queue for. And what disrupted the industry really was that Blockbuster's concept was a lot based on late fees. So if you didn't bring your Blockbuster rental DVD back on time, you would pay a late fee. And Netflix completely removed that. So you could keep the DVDs as long as you wanted. And everyone told them it was the shittiest idea ever. This is not going to work. You're going to lose all the money. You need to have late fees or people are going to keep the movies forever. And they said, exactly, that's exactly the point. They made an offer for the customers that was too good to be refused. Everyone hated late fees. Everyone still hates late fees today. And I think the results speak for themselves. You know what happened with Blockbuster. You know what happened with Netflix. So taking a big risk, making an offer so good it can't be refused can be a pivotal part of your strategy and how your business turns out to be. Well, that's a good story from a while ago. But especially today, the good offer matters more than ever. We're now fighting for the attention. It's being called the attention economy we now live in. Everyone is creating so much noise, content like this across all the channels. Everyone wants our decision makers' attention, so we need to have a better offer, an irresistible offer, an offer that would be too good for them to refuse to get their attention. So we need a good offer to earn that attention. At the same time, because there is so much noise, because there's so much scam and so much shit out there, earning your target market's trust is also more difficult than ever. So having an offer that removes obstacles, that removes fear, that removes doubt, that builds trust is incredibly important to earn that trust with your target audience in the short and in the long term. It's now 2024, almost September, when I'm recording this, and market disturbances and funding uncertainty is higher than I can ever remember. People are afraid to make decisions, especially investments now. It's harder and harder to get capital investment, VC investment, but it's also harder and harder to create quick profit by doing increased sales. So market is being disrupted by wars, by pandemics, by internationalization, by digitalization. So it's harder and harder to create that profitable business. So you need a good offer in order to do so. Tougher competition is what exists now. We're all feeling it. The competition is increasingly getting tougher in every industry. The new players from global new countries that we never even thought could possibly create this level of competition is now very relevant to all of us. The barriers to market entry are lower and lower for newcomers across most of the industries. So we need a good offer to continue winning that increased competition. And what I already mentioned, the digitalization of the market is increasing as well. So that is sort of what brings all these first 4 points together: competition for attention, difficulty of earning trust, funding uncertainty, tougher competition, is all due to the fact that digitalization is growing now so rapidly. So we need an offer to get through the noise, to reach our audience and convert into paying customers. All right, let's get back to history for a second before we move forward with what the Mafia Offer is made of. So Alex Hormozi, if you're watching this on video, the funny guy on the left with weird shorts, short denim shorts, is on the left, and he's Australian sales legend colleague Sabri Subi on the right, far less obnoxious looking in comparison. So Alex Hormozi is famous for his 100 million leads book, and now he already has 2 books out, third one coming, I understood, and he's the CEO and founder of acquisition.com, and in general a sales legend, creator, author, influencer, voice of the generation, it feels like. And Sabri Subi, also a best-selling author. I think one of the most seen business books that I've witnessed across salespeople's bookshelves is his book Sell Like Crazy. So he's the founder of King Kong Agency in Australia, one of the biggest marketing agencies in the world today, and has served over 200,000 clients by now. And they've made billions and billions in sales using the Mafia Offer framework, which is a 9-part framework that creates this complete offer for you to win the market. So that's the quick backstory, the history lesson about the Mafia Offer. And now let's get into the 9 parts of it. So it's made out of 9 parts, and I'll now go through each part quickly, but in the order that they are supposed to be sort of worked on and done. But I'll go next through how the Mafia Offer is to be used. So it's not always going to be used with all of its 9 parts, quite the contrary. You want to have this entire strategy set, a package ready, so you can take bits and pieces here and there where needed. There is also going to be a situation, I'll go through that later on as well, where the Mafia Offer is going to be used in full. But now let's build the story, and this is also the workshop. If you're downloading the norders.ag/mafia tool from below and checking out the template, you'll be doing all these parts together first without placing them on your website or on your proposal template or on your social media channels. So the first part of the Mafia Offer is the value. And that simply is, what problem does the solution of yours solve? What value do you create to the market? What problem do you solve for your target audience? And that is in a more broader sense. That is, let's use personal training as an example, even though we're at Norders a B2B agency, but I think personal training is a nice, easy example to use across the Mafia Offer. So the value could be, I help you lose weight. That's the simple value here. I help you lose weight. And then the specificity after the value is the exact results, probability, requirement, and schedule. So it could be, I help you lose 10 kilos, guaranteed, only you doing 2 hours of work every week and not cutting your diet, and you'll lose the 10 kilos in 3 months. So that could be then the specificity of the value you offer. So we grab the attention with high level value and then get into the specifics of it. Number 3 is novelty. So what makes the offer different? So the problem that you're going to solve, the value you're going to create, that you can lose weight in 3 months, that's not going to be very new and exciting. Everyone has heard that. If you've been to the internet, you've been bombarded with all sort of weight loss promises. So what makes this new? This is also where the sort of psychological game starts a bit with the offer, is that how is this new? How is this different? Us humans, we're always interested in what's new and different. So here you want to go into the details of, is there an innovation behind it, a new app or a new medicine or a new way of working out, or what sort of research-backed study there could be that makes your solution of losing weight in an easier, faster, more reliable way new and different. Then number 4 is risk reversal. So how do we remove risk from the customer? How can I guarantee that I will get the results risk-free? Or if I don't, what is going to happen then? So it could be in this case that I'll help you lose the 10 kilos in that time frame with this schedule and program, or you get your money back, or you get half of your money back. And this is where you need to understand the market, the competition, and your audience. What sort of level of risk guarantee you need to give to remove the risk from your customer. Is it all money back? What we're now seeing in B2B lead generation, which is our game, is that companies, our competition, has started to promise that they pay money if they don't get into the results. So that's going to become pretty crazy around here. So remove the risk, number 4. Then number 5 is scarcity. So that is to create urgency in your prospect. How can you create urgency in them? And this is where I think it's very important that you're being completely honest and transparent about urgency. So for example, if you have an expert business, let's say you have a law firm or an IT company, and you say we can only onboard 2 clients every month, but actually you have more capability, it's going to smell through. It's going to become known for the market that you're just using this to trick clients into buying from you, especially if you have like a SaaS product and you say we can only onboard 2 clients, and if it's not actually true, people are going to smell shit. But if it's true, that's a great way to create urgency. If you can honestly just onboard 1 or 2 or 3 clients a month, then saying that we only have 1 place left this month, so if you want to now start getting to your results, which should be apparent by now from the first 4 steps, then use that as an urgency method. It could be also something else, that you just don't have inventory left, or something that's obviously relatable for your solution, and once again, it's being honest. Number 6 is rational. So what is the reasoning behind the logic of the offer? So at this point, your prospect should be pretty stoked. Oh, I'm going to lose 10 kilos. I don't need to change my diet. I can still eat Snickers bars all day. And it's going to be risk-free as well. I get my money back. And it looks like I can still get it started this week. But what's the rationale behind it? So then you sort of get into the figures of it. Okay, so if you invest this much money and you're going to lose this much weight, this is what it could mean for your life. And this is where it comes really important that you understand your customer very, very well. That's why I also urge you to check out the demand generation strategy framework. You can find that at norders.agency/strategy template, I believe it is. I'll double check, I'll put it in the show notes here. And there you can find the entire demand generation strategy framework also to get for free. So you can then really learn how to understand your customer, their actual pain points, their goals, their fears, their dreams, their hopes, their jobs to be done. And so what it is that this losing 10 kilos will actually mean for them. Is that going to be that they're going to meet the future wife or husband of theirs, or they're going to feel more confident at work, or they're going to be happier with their kids because they can play longer with them? Whatever it's going to be, you need to understand your customers so well that you can create the logic here. And obviously, if you're doing, let's say, like B2B sales where you have discovery calls and sort of information gathering before you give the proposal out, then it's very important that you collect this even more personal information. So what are their current sort of pain points, how much they're currently investing in the solution that you would be replacing, what are the results they are now getting, what are the results they are hoping to get, what are their resources in the first place, and so on. So creating that rationale with numbers and figures and sort of painting that happy place for them is what number 6 is all about. Then we get to number 7, the third last piece of the puzzle. That's clarity. And now we sort of start putting it back together. So we went through value, how your offer is specific, how it's novel, how the risk is moved, how it creates urgency, what's the rationale behind it, and now we sort of put it back together. So once again, here is what our offer will do for you in these specific ways, and this is how it's new, this is how your risk is removed, and this is why you should act now, and this is the logic behind it. So clarity is sort of now a mid-step putting it all together. Then number 8, very important part, pricing. And at pricing stage, you also then want to use the previous parts. That's why it's important, for example, that we don't start with pricing or we don't start with clarity, but we start with these exact parts in this exact order. So once we get to the pricing, we can then use the rationale or the risk reversal as we do with orders, or clarity or specificity to make the pricing even more attractive. So if you do the parts 1 to 7 well, then your pricing at this stage should be like, oh, that makes total sense. Oh, that's a steal. Once again, remember, we're trying to make the prospect to feel stupid not to say no. So at the pricing stage, we want the pricing at this point be so attractive that it's a no-brainer for the customer. And number 9 is the bonus. So what additional benefits we can offer? So after we've announced the pricing, we've put it out and explained the investment model here, then the prospect should be like, oh my God, this is a steal. I need to jump on this right away. And then you're going to hit them with that bonus and go, but that's not all. You're also going to get this or that. That could be a PDF, that could be a free session, that could be a free workshop, that could be a free t-shirt. Whatever it is, it needs to be something of value. So once again, it needs to make the offer better. So it just can't be some shit that you have laying around in your Google Drive or in your office. Like if a coffee mug creates value for a prospect, by all means, make a bonus of it. But I don't know what your product should be that the coffee mug actually could be a valuable bonus. So think that through hard. What is the actual bonus? Here you can see, if you're watching this, how we've built the Norders Mafia Offer. So we have the demand generation template that I also link below. There, the number 7, the part number 7 is Mafia Offer. So if you do the first 6 parts correctly there, you'll be able to kill it at the Mafia Offer stage easily then, especially using our workshop template, also linked here. And as you can see, or as I tell you now, the Mafia Offer, it's a super simple, it's a pretty short form explanation. So we're not writing a book here. And once again, we don't want to spend too much time here. That's why the workshop model is just only 2 workshops long and only 2-hour workshops. So we want to keep it brief. We want to build our first hypothesis as quickly as possible and get it tested out in the market. We don't want to spend too much time on dwelling on the Mafia Offer, and we don't want to write a book, as I said. We want to make brief, very clear, very precise parts for each of these topics, and then get it tested. Then in some channels we can then modify it a bit. So that's how the Mafia Offer is then used. So what we call the buyer's journey a lot here at Norders is we call it buying seconds. So what we do with Norders as a big part of our demand generation service is lead generation, automated LinkedIn and email lead generation. So we send bulk emails and LinkedIn messages in automation to selected target groups on behalf of our customers. And what we've noticed, we tend to send around 10,000 outbound messages a day for our clients combined. So what we've noticed is that the first outbound message where we try to earn some attention, the best performing messages are usually 10 seconds. They usually take 10 seconds to read. So then what our goal is with those first 10 seconds, once you get that very short email that we hope to spark your interest and grab your attention, we want you to go and watch a video or visit a landing page or download a PDF or try a free tool. And then we usually have around 90 seconds after the first 10 seconds have been earned. So we talk about buying seconds, and eventually your prospect might want to do a 15-minute or 30-minute or even an hour-long discovery call or a strategy call with your specialist. And then after, they might even do like a 90-minute proposal presentation solution, and ideally you'll get married with them. So it's a bit like with dating, you know, you start with a small DM and then you progress into the marriage and having kids. So earning seconds throughout the way. And then you use the different parts of the Mafia Offer strategically across the buyer's journey here. So it's a multi-channel system, from sending LinkedIn networking invitation messages to cold email, to doing webinars, to doing video content like this, to building your website, to doing your pre-recorded demo, to making your offer proposal. And only at the offer proposal, you usually fully go through your Mafia Offer to your prospect in a way that sort of, I just went through all the 9 parts. So in landing pages, in webinars, in short and long form videos, in LinkedIn automation, in cold email, across all the channels. All right, so how can you build your Mafia Offer? We're almost done here. I'm so grateful you've been with me this entire time. So to build a Mafia Offer, go to norders.fi/Mafia tool to download the free template. There, it's a free, totally free Canva whiteboard, no money required. That's the definition of free. And you can download it now, and it will have all the instructions on how to run the workshops internally. Or you can book a strategy call with our sales director and demand generation specialist, Ray Molell, directly from norders.fi/strategy call. That's norders.fi/strategy call. It's a completely free 30-minute strategy call with our demand gen specialist, Ray Molell. He has over 10 years of sales, multi-channel demand generation sales experience under his belt. So you'll be in good hands with him to kickstart building your Mafia Offer. Thank you so much for watching. My name is once again Joonas Kylliäinen. I am the CEO and co-founder of Norders Demand Gen Agency. We are a small but ambitious growing B2B agency here in Espoo, Finland. We have been founded in 2022. Last year, our revenue hit 600K, looking like a good growth curve for 2024. We're currently 10 B2B experts strong here in Espoo, but have a global network of different industry, technology, and channel specialists. So whatever your startup's needs are to building and executing your unique strategy to win the market, we have you covered. We're currently owned and run by our operating management, so we take our day-to-day very seriously. That's some of our gang, if you're watching this. And remember, there's the no Fugazi guarantee that comes with Norders, so we always work in 4-month contracts. So we do a demand generation as a service contract for 4 months that's tailored for your goals, resources, and market. But if we don't hit the jointly decided target of our 4-month period that we together clarify and decide on the strategy phase, you only pay half of the investment. So that's our risk reversal right there. You only pay half of the investment if we don't get to the goal that we set for us together. We believe in you succeeding with your startup, with your business, means that we can succeed. And actually what we've noticed, that you need to succeed a bit better for us in order to succeed as well. So that's our commitment to winning this together, to creating that win-win-win. You win, your clients win, so we can win. We don't have a software of our own. We're not a SaaS company. We are a demand generation as a service company that uses and has combined the system across the best technologies out there. We constantly keep testing, iterating, pivoting, trying new things and technologies so you don't have to. So I urge you to check out the Mafia Offer template, and if you need any kind of help, don't hesitate to book the free strategy call at norders.fi/strategy call. Thank you so much for watching. Now let's start building some Mafia offers.